We're taking a look at Not for Broadcast. This is it's not that old. I mean, it's pretty recent. I think this came out in it says coming in January. But this is the demo. Don't actually know how long the demo is, but I haven't tried this game at all. But the full version did come out in January of this year. My understanding is that this is a game where basically you're managing a bunch of videotapes. So technically, it's an FMV game, and we do love those. Enter my game name. Jeremy Donaldson is the country's most popular and trusted news anchor for Day One. Well, it sounds like someone's calling me. There's a phone. Could we just let it go to voicemail? If we let it go to voicemail, then we can just put it off. Procrastination just feels so good. I guess we have to pick it up. I'm clicking on that phone. Oh, click that. Okay.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Mm-hmm.
Look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain... Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Mm-hmm.
See a load of videotapes on the left? They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Well, the people are going to have to come to Bumley. Also, they should probably know about what Crazy Neil has to say. Exercise with ham sleeves? Sure. Exercise is always good.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
All right.
Mate, you're not broadcasting anything. We're on air and you haven't selected a screen.
No one wants to watch this. I've been fired.
So we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Well, you want come to Bumley.
On the left, they're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
I mean, maybe you don't. But I have
Signal. Select screen 1 with the vision mixer, and we're ready to go.
my job satisfaction is not high. Also, I am clicking on button number 1. I'm also hitting the key on the keyboard. It's too early, but nothing's happening either way. Yeah, I am hitting the...
Not broadcasting anything. We're
I
on.
am hitting the thing.
Selected a screen.
I can click the sensor button, but the feeds button is not working. Through to adverts too early. Well, the button that I have to press is not working.
Right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
I know.
Videotapes on the
Videotapes.
Clear your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired. When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
No, still not working. I wonder if it was because of this. Oh, probably. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy. Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1, now. Bit late there, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
People would like to see this.
Bit early there, mate.
Come on, that is quality TV.
Now listen, mate, we often get a bit of interference around this time of night, so keep your eye on the machine on the bottom right. You can move that white dot up and down, avoiding the interference, using the yellow knob.
Is this how it goes in a broadcast studio?
Great, it's going well. All you got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock. And 3, 2, 1, advert. Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programmes on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate. Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
I question that people would stop watching because of my camera foibles.
On screen 3 when she says his name. Go to 3! Go to 3! Switch to 2 for the wide now. Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking. Get back to who's talking. Get on the speaker, mate. Too long on this, mate. They're not the one talking. Cut back to the person talking.
I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously who's counting?
It's a role that saw you.
Been on that shot a bit long.
If I remember
So sweet.
Remember the 10
I
second
really am
rule.
not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take quite a place on my legacy.
with all the others, I'm sure.
Get back to who's talking.
Not doing it for the awards. What is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan. I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference. I do it for the people that I inspire.
Audience is getting bored, mate.
The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But, I
Mix
think
it up a bit,
I've
eh?
always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
No, that's going to be good for ratings.
I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
exciting stuff. Let's take a look. And
Oh, what's this?
Watch out for that interference, mate.
Oh, here's the good stuff right here.
understand you're upset, but I understand you're upset.
Oh, looks like blood.
No one wants to watch this.
Love to hear what he's saying, but don't
No one wants to watch this clip. And this audience does not know what real TV is about.
You've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa. We've got a great sofa. In a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Deals are unreal.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine.
All right, I guess we have to build up as large of an audience as possible. So once we get to the movie clip, we can show the actual good stuff without getting a game over. Like, obviously the people don't know what they want to see, and we're going to have to make sure they see it.
Thank you so much. 10 seconds, everybody.
Counting in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and the screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among...
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
The latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. What a wild ride. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rotten in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story.
Been on that shot a bit long.
Fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion. But, I want to see who's counting.
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
So sweet of you to mention it. But I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But, I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
All right, now this is the actual good stuff right here.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
Mr. Blundercatch, I understand you're upset.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch.
I don't know why the ratings would go down from that.
Saying, but don't switch to it.
That's the real juicy stuff.
When the broadcast's done, we keep everything.
No, Lance, we mustn't.
Dr. Lance, you Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, remember? Go ahead, listen to me.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
I need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. It's full there. It's full there. This is the key.
Stop it all.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
We should.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up,
Or
you'll
you
hear
could
the
take advantage
advert
of a
getting
famous
louder.
nightlife. There's a radio in the car for on Friday.
It's set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
If you come in the dry season, we've got a car park. Simple. On the tank.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed.
Christ,
Don't
you're
wait
lying
for the
to me,
broadcast to go live.
help whoever
That's
has to
too
do
late.
this.
You can use the number buttons on your
And a
keyboard,
lawyer and a
1 to
TV
4.
personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Thank you all for coming, and, well, thank you all. Where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us.
You only got a bit of the word.
Right through their
I'm sorry about the language.
Sorry about that.
Hold it down for the whole word.
Coarser than the ground is funny. Coarser than the ground
Memorably
is funny.
No, you totally
Let's
missed
be
that.
honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating?
Get
Throughout
back
the
to who's
campaign, you've
talking.
heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Nice. Again, not inaccurate, but not before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the Wealth Office, we have reduced working with list of every person in the country with wealth into the minimum.
You know this. Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more hiding trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passport. We revoked you want them back. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. First fine. First fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay up.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. You'll see when we reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute ferret. That's absolute. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay your pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise,
so they've got time to get even.
Advance have this to say to you.
Want to get the whole word?
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your cars and
It
your
ends
mansions
today.
We will put the wealth of this country back. We will put the wealth of this country back in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow we'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders. Interesting acceptance speech and our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Leaked out for you in time. Hopefully we got that leaked out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Mighty That's all from us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under with full coverage. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful
And we're out.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
This is some weird fever dream, and I'm dying now.
Oh, looks like that the old person is left. I guess it's now our job. We inherited it? I thought well, I mean, this wasn't our job, but I guess it is now. I guess the person leaving has the ability to hire his replacement, which is not usually how it works. Bow.
Someone's dripping on me.
Alan James is right.
We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
For a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours.
Yeah, that was definitely a job,
I'm Gary's a bitch, and you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads.
Tipped wank Tony. Yay! I'm perfectly capable of... Fuck you! This mouthful package has given me an electric shock.
Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners of the Sports World Final. Fucking microphone dropped me. Fucking microphone just dropped me. Where's that sound guy?
Well, this just was the demo that we were playing. But like I mentioned, the full game did come out in January. And I guess that's all that we've got for Not For Broadcast. I can see how this game would become... I can see how there would be a lot to keep track of as you get further into the game. That there would just be probably more stuff than we were using, because we didn't even really use the switches on the left. We were supposed to just leave the switches on the left alone, though I did mess with them a little bit. I suppose those would come into play as well. So yeah, I can see that there's quite a bit that you need to be paying attention to at once, paying attention to the timing, to fixing the interference, to bleeping words. It seems like it could be all right. I mean, the main comparison I think people are having is Five Nights at Freddy's. Except, of course, it's not horror. And it's not security cameras. It's changing the camera feeds at a network, a TV network. I just think that we should have been able to take initiative and show the people the real stuff. You know, if you're gonna have a TV station that is going to show the behind the scenes mess, it's probably going to be more popular than your standard little interview and movie clip. I don't know. But I suppose that we probably wouldn't get to keep the job anyway, even if we did that. But I mean, technically, that wasn't our job to begin with, so why not have a little bit of fun there? It's not like we had a job to be fired from anyway. It's just like we ended up getting the job because the person whose job this was left and just said that we have the job now. I guess no one at the station really pays attention to that, just as long as someone's doing it. It could be interesting, but that's Not For Broadcast. It's available for PC. I don't know if it's on other platforms. Like, I was using the mouse. I think the mouse cursor wasn't actually visible on the stream, but I was using a mouse, so I don't know if this is on consoles. I suppose you could probably map it to a controller. I don't know if it was, but yeah, that's Not For Broadcast. That is another game that we were taking a look at.